back at the cabin. This is, I think, the first frost of the year. The little streams and the ponds are freezing over. You guys probably can't tell here, but the leaves and such are frosted. So yeah, I have my hat, I have a sweater, and my anorak that I've been getting a lot of questions about. Yeah, so it's thick wool and it keeps me warm. So yeah, it's about, if I look here, what is it? -1, -2, so just enough for the ground to freeze. But it is also hunting season, so I'm preparing a little bit for that. You saw me, I hung a little bit of, I don't know what it is, I think it's like doe urine in the tree. I'll show you guys some trail cam footage if I remember during this editing process for this video. But yeah, if I remember, I'll show you guys some animals that I have here. There's pretty much of everything. There's raccoons, turkeys, moose, bears, and of course there's some deer. So now it's deer season. So there's a lot of people, I think, for rifle. Well, for rifles, it's just started today. So I have my rifle with me here. So yeah, I brought this, just in case. But I don't think I'm that lucky just to stumble upon a deer as I'm walking through the woods. But you never know. They're not super shy around here. They will come out if they hear something. Like, for example, I was shooting the swamp a couple of years ago, and there was just a doe just beside me, just not minding the shooting. She was like eating the grass or something on the ground, so she was eating. She was happy, didn't mind the loud bangs or anything. So yeah, that's that. I came with some supplies also. Since it's fall now, the little squirrel that's there going nuts for the sunflower seeds, he's running around storing them since it's getting cold. And yeah, I'm worried that he's trying to get into the cabin. I see him underneath and stuff. I really don't care if he stays underneath, but I know for a fact that the squirrels have been in the cabin in the past. So just last year I had a huge leaf pile under the bed, so they were starting to nest in there. But I do know that I have a few mice in there, even with my trap. So I brought a few things with me. I stopped at the hardware store. I don't really trust these things, but they're still pretty pricey. It's just rodent repellent for wild and domestic. Spray in all directions. Cedar fragrance stops wild and domestic animals. So yeah, made in Canada. I don't know, 500 grams, so hopefully I have enough. That's not what I wanted. I wanted the little pellets just to put it around the cabin, but they ran out, so I took this instead. Also have the cheap little Victor traps. So since it's starting to get cooler outside, it won't smell because the mice will freeze and stuff, and it's gonna be okay. So yeah, I'll try setting up 2 of these at least. And also, it was a big load to haul in today, but I do have, I bought this thing on special because it's way too expensive usually. But yeah, there was a store that had this on special. It's metal. It's an old style bread container. Oh yeah. I put my cup in here because I didn't have any place in my bag. But yeah. Put that there. I just wanted this, not like to put bread or anything. It was just a general storage container because it's metal and mice can't shoot through it. Neither can squirrels. So it's going to be a huge help in the cabin. It's kind of the battle that I have to, face all the time, of just trying to find something that's small enough so that fits in the cabin, that mice can't fit in it, and squirrels can't really take off or like drag it around everywhere. if I ever decide to put, let's say, bread in here. A squirrel and mice would just destroy a plastic container. But with this, I don't have to worry. So yeah, I'll try to find a spot in the cabin, and I'll bring you guys along. I'll get rid of this thing. It's my little sharpener, my bench grinder. So I'll get rid of it, and yeah, I'll put it in the workshop once my little workbench is done. So sadly, these two trees are pretty much blocking my solar panel. So I think I'll have to cut them down. But I don't think that they'll go to waste since they're both maybe 4 or 5 inches. So I'll use the logs to make my legs for my workbench, so nothing's gonna go to waste. Yeah, they're just blocking my solar panel, and it's causing me issues because I don't have any more power. So yeah, I'll start just at least just felling these, and I'll see what I could do after. another one bites the dust over there. So yeah, I'll start by collecting branches, and that's gonna make my number one project I want to do. Since the first frost, I thought it would be nice again this year to make my little wreath. So I'll start by collecting a few branches, longer ones to do the circle shape, and then I'll start by collecting the ones with a lot of needles on them to fill out said wreath. There. So after some time fiddling a little bit, here's my little wreath. I think I'll continue this maybe sometime later when I have maybe some like little berries or something that I'll put in it, and I'll add more pine branches to it. But for now, tonight, I'll go inside and warm up for a little bit, and that's going to be it for today. Alright, well, that pretty much marks the end of today. Thank you guys for joining me on this very cold day. I haven't taken my hat off, my wool hat, in a while. The stove is still running on the inside, and it's about 25 to 30 degrees in there, so I'm going to go warm up before bed. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our little wreath making here. I'll try to speed up the process in the editing, but yeah, it took maybe like half an hour to make. And also, just for a little bit of winter prepping, I filled up what I had left of lantern gas into my lanterns. I'll for sure need to go buy maybe 1 or 2 more bottles. Yeah, I filled up pretty much the main one that I used up to light the cabin, if it's not my gas torch, and also my solar panels. Also, I felled a decent sized tree over there. I'll buck it up, use the trunk as stilts or legs for my workbench, and the rest will be good for firewood, so that's not going to go to waste. I'll try, I spotted maybe 1 or 2 more, but I'll try to save those ones depending on how much power it takes to charge up the battery with the whole daylight situation. Since there's less now, the more the year progresses. So yeah, it gets dark very soon, and the sun isn't as super bright as in the summer. So yeah, like I said, thank you guys for joining me. Always remember to comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed, and also share. It really helps out a whole bunch. So thanks.